Location for the War of the Kings.
Well, Griff, this is the situation. Remember that Abram's nephew Lot has moved to Sodom. Sodom is one of the 5 places being attacked by the other 4 kings. When Sodom is overrun, Lot is taken hostage. And Abram goes to war, winning the battle for the whole Jordan Valley coalition. We have here at our microphone Melchizedek, the righteous king of Salem, who has brought out bread and wine and is throwing a feast in honor of the victory. Melchizedek would like to make a statement. Melchi?
Blessed be Abram of God the Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who has delivered your foes into your hands.
Yay!
After the battle, Abram is moping around camp. This sets the stage for the covenant between the pieces.
Hello?
Fear not, Abram. I am a shield to you. Your reward shall be very great.
Big deal, Lord God. What can you give me, seeing as I'm going to die without having a kid?
Look toward heaven and count the stars, if you can count them.
Well, there's the Big Dipper. It has 9 stars.
That's how many descendants you'll have.
There's the Little Dipper. That's another 7.
Take a heifer, a she-goat, a ram, a turtle dove, and a young bird.
There is Cassiopeia. That's 11 more stars.
Know that your children will be strangers in a land which is not theirs.
I can count the Pleiades as 5 stars.
To your offspring I will give this land. It is a covenant.
Sarai noticed that Abram was unhappy about not having a son. This brings us to the birth of Ishmael.
Look, dear, the Lord has kept me from getting pregnant. Consort with my maid Hagar, the Egyptian. Perhaps I will have a son through her.
However, a short time later,
This is all your fault. I put my maid in your bosom, and now that she's pregnant, I become nothing in her eyes. Let the Lord decide between you and me.
Your maid is in your hands. Do as you see right.
Oh, Hagar, after you finish the dishes, you'll scrub the 10th floor, and then hang up my wardrobe. And there's the grocery list.
Hagar runs away from home and meets an angel who recites poetry.
Hagar, Sarai's maid, where have you come from, and where are you going?
I'm running away from my mistress, Sarai.
Now for the poetry.
Go back to your mistress and submit to her harsh treatment.
Here it comes.
I will multiply your seed, so that they will never be countable. Nay, you are pregnant. You will bear a son. Call his name Ishmael. God listens, for the Lord has heard your suffering.
What did you expect for an angel's poetry? In any case, Hagar goes back and Ishmael is born. Meanwhile, time is passing. Abram is 99 years old, and it is time for the covenant of circumcision.
Hello? Who is this?
I am El Shaddai. Walk in my ways and be blameless. I will establish my covenant with you, and I will make you exceedingly numerous.
You don't want me to count the stars again, do you?
No longer shall you be called Abram, but your name shall be called Abraham, the father of a great nation, and will keep the covenant, and I'll be your God and give your offspring this land.
Haven't we done this before?
And you and every male of your household will be circumcised as a sign of the covenant.
Excuse me, Dad. I hate to interrupt, but I've got to go to soccer practice.
As for your wife, Sarai,
What do you want? Something else? I'm still waiting for the son you promised.
Sarai's name will be changed to Sarah, and she will have a son.
Ha! I'm 100. Sarah is 90. You think we can have kids?
Sarai will have a son at this time next year. You will name him Isaac, and I will keep my covenant with him.
Well, Orion adds another 15 stars, and then there's Cancer the crab.
Just about everything happens. Abraham meets God, goes to Canaan, then Egypt, splits from Lot and then saves him in a battle, makes 2 covenants, and has a son with Hagar. Not bad for 1 week. Well, here's this week's cartoon. I always wonder why Abraham and Lot had to split. Why do you think that Abraham and Lot couldn't continue living together? I'm going to spend some time trying to answer that question. Why don't you do the same? Until next Sidra, Chazak, Chazak, Vinit Chazek. Yo, come on in. The Gris here, working on another episode of Torah Tunes. This week I'm working on Vayera. Come on, look over my shoulder and we'll get to work. This week we got a few more adventures in the life of Abraham. Vayera includes The Visit, where three guests bring all kinds of news. The Bargaining, where Abraham argues with God to save the city of Sodom. The Destruction, where Sodom gets its just desserts, and Lot goes on a salt-free diet. The wife-sister scam works again. This time, Abimelech falls for the routine. The Birth, where Isaac finally makes an appearance. The Outcasts, where Hagar and Ishmael are thrown out. And the Binding of Isaac, Abraham's big test. And now, on with our story. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised. Shortly after the operation, 3 men appeared to him. He ran to greet them.
Ah, 3 visitors. Got to get up and greet them. Ah, that hurts. Gotta run. Ah, hospitality and all that. Ah. My lords, if it pleases you, do not go on past your servants. Let a little water be brought. Let me wash your feet and you can rest under the tree. Let me bring a morsel of bread that you may refresh yourself.
The visitors rested, and Abraham served them a full meal and personally waited on them under the tree.
Where is your wife, Sarah?
There in the tent.
Your wife, Sarah, will have a son.
Now that I'm old and wrinkled, you're going to tell me that that old man is going to give me a son?
Hello?
Why did Sarah laugh, saying, "How can I have a child, old as I am? Can't God do anything?"
I did not laugh.
You did too laugh.
After the 3 visitors left, Abraham was sitting by the tent, and God was thinking,
Can I hide from Abraham what I am about to do, since Abraham has become a great and populous nation, and since I have singled him out to teach his children what is right and just? Should I do it? Yeah, I do it. Hello? The outrage of Sodom and Gomorrah is too great. Their sins are too grave. I am going to go down. If they've done the stuff I've heard about, destruction!
But
Destruction!
do you mean to say that the judge of all the earth isn't going to do justice?
What'd you say?
But what if there are 50 good people?
Okay, saved.
How about only 45?
Done.
Would you believe 30? How
Well,
about 10? What about...
don't push your luck.
Meanwhile, back in Sodom, Lot has met the angels in the town square and invited them home for dinner. During dinner, an unruly mob gathers outside of Lot's house.
Where are the men who came with you tonight?
We want to get a chance to know them.
Bring them out!
The visitors call for special effects and cause a blinding light to shine from the front door of Lot's house.
My eyes!
I can't see.
Blind! Take your sons-in-laws, your daughters, and your sons, and anyone else you have in the city, and get out of here, for we are about to destroy it.
Lot wasn't dumb. He told his family.
Up. Get out of this place. For the Lord is going to destroy this city.
But his sons-in-law said.
Sure.
Some joke.
You've got to be kidding.
Then, as dawn broke, family still hadn't started to move. One of the visitors took him, his wife, and his 2 daughters by the hand and started them on their way.
Flee for your life. Do not look behind you, nor stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the hills.
But I've just got to take one more peek.
After the destruction of Sodom, Abraham and family left the Jordan plain. He went to Gerar, and there he and Sarah played an old number on Abimelech, the local king.
Who is this sweet young lady?
This is no lady. This is my sister.
Abimelech took Sarah to be his wife, but the wedding night wasn't quite what he expected. After a night of nightmares...
Now, may I have the truth, please, Abraham?
Okay. That's no lady. That's my wife.
The Lord took note of Sarah as he promised.
Abraham and Sarah invite you to attend the circumcision of their son Isaac. It will take place 8 days after birth. A reception will follow.
But following the party, things did not go smoothly.
Abraham, I just won't have it. I don't want any son of mine growing up with around that son of a slave. Get rid of that slave woman. Don't let her son share any of my Isaac's inheritance.
Do not be distressed over the boy or your slave. Do whatever Sarah tells you, for it is through her that your line will be continued.
Hagar and Ishmael are given some bread and water and sent out into the wilderness. When things get desperate and when they are out of water, again an angel enters and recites poetry.
Do not be afraid, for God has listened to the cry of the boy from where he is. Come, lift up the boy and hold him by the hand, for I will make a great nation of him.
You did remember not to expect too much from an angel's poetry, I hope. Without a moment's pause, the Bible moves right into another adventure.
Hello?
Abraham,
Hineni.
take your son, your only son, the son whom you love, Isaac, and offer him as a sacrifice upon one of the hills, which I will show you.
Dad,
Hineni, my son.
here's the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for sacrifice?
God will provide. Hello?
Abraham, Abraham,
Hineni.
do not raise your hand up against the boy, nor do anything to him. For now I know that you feared God, since you have not held back your son, your favored one, from me.
So what would you choose? The binding of Isaac? The destruction of Sodom? The birth of Isaac? Or the exile of Hagar and Ishmael? They're all good topics, but personally I'm interested in something else. What was a 99-year-old man doing running around right after his circumcision? Why was Abraham sitting in the door of the tent, just waiting for visitors? See if you can figure out the answer to this question. Guess what the Midrash might say. Meanwhile, catch your next parasha. But until then, Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek. Come on in. Joel Grissaver here with Torah Tunes. In looking for this week's cartoon, we're going to a funeral, on a quest, and then we witness a love story. This week, we look into Chaye Sarah, and we find Sarah died at 127. She died in Hebron, in the land of Canaan, and Abraham mourned for her. Abraham rose from his dead and spoke to the Hittites.
I am a stranger and a resident among you. Please sell me a burial site among you that I may bury my dead from before my face.
Hear us,
my Lord. You are the chosen of God among us. Bury your dead in the best of our burial places.
Then please convince Ephron, son of Zohar, to sell me the cave of Machpelah, which he owns. Let him sell it to me at full price.
No, my lord. I'll give you the cave.
Please listen to me. Let me pay the full price of the land. Only then can I bury my dead there.
My lord, between you and me, what is the difference over a piece of land which costs, say, 400 shekels? Go, bury your dead.
So Abraham accepted Ephron's terms and bought the cave of the Machpelah, where he buried Sarah. Abraham was getting old, and the Lord had blessed him in all things. He sent for Eliezer, his senior servant.
Put your hand under my leg.
Do I have to?
I will make you swear by the Lord God of heaven.
Here we go again.
You will find a wife for my son Isaac.
Why always me?
Promise me that you will not take her from among the daughters of Canaan, but will go to the land of my birth.
Of course. Always more work.
Eliezer took 10 of his master's camels and a lot of good gifts, and he set out for the city of Nahor. Before he got to the city, he said,
O Lord, God of my master Abraham,